there are at least 4 very strong arguments to prove that human beings are not free at all in any sense. Their first argument, human beings are bodily beings. Primarily, we are embodied beings. And both our body and our brain, our mind, our neural network is completely determined second by microsecond by causal laws of nature. And there is we may not know what exactly caused what, but there is a law to be discovered. And if anybody has perfect knowledge of all the causes and effects, then they will see that given the preconditions, as the Buddha said, pratitya samutpada, given the preconditions of our past 1 minute, past 1 hour, past 1 year, past 1 lifetime, given that past, what happens in the present is completely determinable and not free, not up to us. That's the first argument why there is no freedom, if you believe in science and if you believe in Buddha. And there is another reason, psychological determinism. And nothing short of the Bhagavad Gita itself tells us that we are completely the slaves of our past karma. And is it okay? All right. Okay. And there are passages which are very helpful for not just spiritual but ethical life in the Bhagavad Gita, which tell us that, like a domino effect, if we keep company, I'm promoting friendship, I'm talking about friendship, but the more you keep company with other human beings or with objects of our sense organs, from that company comes desire. From that desire, there is inevitable frustration. From that frustration of desire, there is anger. And from that anger, we forget our basic memories. And from that loss of memory, then we are lost forever. And this is like an avalanche, like a domino effect, is happening all the time to everybody. That's psychological determinism. So where shall we break this vicious chain? Sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. So physically, biologically, we are slaves of natural laws. Psychologically, however much we might think, even the good determination, good wills that we have, they have to be the results of our past karma. So that's the second reason. The third reason is mathematically, statistically, logically. What will happen tomorrow? About that, there are 2 options. Anything that will happen tomorrow. We think, past is beyond our goal. We cannot change the past. Everybody knows that. We cannot change the past. It's only in science fiction that you can have time machine and go change the branching. But if options were like this, we are at a particular point of the tree of options. All other branches have been already cancelled. We cannot go back and change something that we did yesterday or last year or 10 years back. So past is outside our control. So we say something like, present is in our control. I gave a sort of pop ethical talk to a high schooler, and I say, God has given us this great gift, a create present every minute, and that's called present, the present time. That's his present to us, and as if we can do whatever with it. But what is the present? Okay, what is happening now? If you slice it, this is in Indian philosophy in all the schools. Bhartrihari, in Nyaya Sutra, okay, Vartamana Bhava. There is nothing called Vartamana as present. Why? The argument is almost like a physics argument. This is given in Gautama's Nyaya Sutra, that from the branch a tree falls, and in its trajectory, if you call the part it has fallen, the past, and the part it will fall now, the rest of it, the future. Between the two, there is no gap. So everything divides into past and future. There is no present. So present is gone. Past is gone. Future is in our hands. At least we can do something about that, you'd think. But here is where the third argument against free will comes. Why? Because, and this is in a children's book, Panchatantra, what is going to happen, we may not know. We think either this will happen or not happen. Okay? Like in, 2020 early, the whole country was thinking either Trump will win or Trump will not win. Okay? Now, what is the point of saying that now we don't know which will happen, but what is going to happen, that's going to happen. There is no third option. There is not three options like Trump will win, Trump will not win, or he will neither win nor not win. There is not option like that. This is called in logic the law of excluded middle. Either it will happen or not happen. In Panchatantra it says, Yad abhavi na tad bhavi, jad bhavi na tad anyatha, iti chinta vishagnoyam agatakka. Why don't you forget about anxiety? Either it will happen or not happen. So, past cannot be changed. There's nothing called present. Future cannot be changed. These are the only dimensions of time. There is no freedom anywhere. Third argument. Fourth argument is that you would say, well, maybe not in this metaphysical sense, but at least in Hindu tradition, in karma theory, we are told that you have the freedom to, change your future. And there is a nice, very interesting, very brief, you see, the simplest and the briefest sentences in all philosophy texts are the deepest ones. So there is an apparently innocuous sentence, not very spiritual, but profound in the Yoga Sutras. And that sentence is, future suffering should be avoided. Heyam dukkham anagatam. That means it's a possibility that the suffering is going to come and you can prevent it. What does it mean to prevent it? Well, karma theory. Now, you say, well, I have now the option. Okay. The same time, at 7:30, a lecture is happening in Vedanta Society. At 7:30, I have a mad invitation to a mad, as much as you can drink beer party. Don't I have the freedom to choose? Karma theory says, depends upon your past karma. So there is no hope in science or physics of free will. There is no hope in neuroscience and psychology of free will. In logic and metaphysics of time, there is no hope for free will. Even in karma theory, there is no hope of free will. So all four arguments show that freedom is impossible. Hindus, now there's a fifth argument. You would expect, okay, because Christianity is big on this. He says, no. All the evil that is caused, it is because human responsibility. So God has given us free will. And that, so that you don't blame him for all the badness in the world. You are to be blamed. Earthquakes happening. Gandhi said. Gandhi was rebuked for this by Rabindranath Tagore, who had a scientific attitude. Gandhi said, oh, there is a huge, people have died because of an earthquake. Gandhi said, oh, because you practice untouchability, that is the punishment of God. And Tagore said, well, this may be a political device, but it doesn't make any sense. So it is neither scientific nor very, believable. But there is that tendency of the believers also say, we don't have freedom. Duryodhana said that how can you call me evil? You, Rishikesha, Krishna, is in my heart. You make me do things and I do things. Yeah, I stripped off my sister-in-law from her clothes, Draupadi, people call me evil. But he says, I know it is bad. I cannot stop myself because you, Krishna, is in my heart and you make me do that. This is a fifth argument for divine theological determinism. God is making us do everything. Either God or nature or natural laws or our neurons or our past is making us do things. There is no freedom. So this is the talk. And after that, all of these arguments can be refuted and you can actually prove that there is free will. I thought I will discuss that.